This is why I hate curly cuts with a passion. Today, we're going to break down how most of your team natural hacks kind of led you to the place that you're in today. We're starting with a leave-in conditioner, which is also your heat protection for your blowout and your environmental protection from UV radiation and so many other things. Make sure you check the video link in the description box below where I break down the importance of leave-in conditioner and why you leaving out leave-in conditioner is the main reason for different hair shaft, follicle disorder, breakage, heat damage, just so many other things, right? So what I'm doing right now is combing the leave-in through her hair. There is a difference between combing and detangling. Again, video in the description box, but check this out. There is not globs and globs and globs of hair in my comb when I am combing my client's hair. This is a normal shedding, right? Normal shedding, but anything over this, we have a problem, right? So I'm going to keep showing you guys like some zoomed in clips of how things actually work out. But what we're doing right now, whenever you're getting your hair straightened, you are setting the hydrogen bond temporarily. The hydrogen bond is one of the three bonds that make up your hair shaft, and the hydrogen bond is the bond that is temporarily broken by water, right? Look at this. I cannot stand curly cuts. Stick around to the end of this video and I will break it down even more. But this is how most of your guys' hair looks when it is straightened, which is one of the main reasons why they try to tell you that having your hair straight is the devil and it's the worst thing ever. Because guess what? If you stop being scared of flat irons, if you stop being scared of blow dryers, then you'll actually straighten your hair and you'll see the damage caused to your hair by your curly cuts and all of your team natural hacks, right? But again, at this point, I was retired from doing hair, but I still had it set up where every blue moon I would take like a pop up or so, and I'll have a video on that coming really soon. But this was just one of my friends, little room, her little room. She doesn't even do hair anymore. She's another cosmetologist that retired. Like she's completely done with the hair industry. Done. She couldn't take it anymore. Now she is an instructor, right? But anywho, now I am blow drying her hair. The only thing that is on her hair is leave-in conditioner. Kimra is the one that I'm going to recommend to you, but in this video, we use Olaplex 9, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so in this video, I was doing something for Olaplex. So Olaplex 9 is the leave-in conditioner that is in her head, if I'm not mistaken. By the end of this video, I'll have everything linked in the description box for there. So whatever's linked in the description box, that's what we use, okay? But the leave-in conditioner that I am recommending to you, right, is Kimra. It's my favorite one. But again, I have another video about leave-in conditioners where I give you a list of all of my favorites. So you got everything you need. You just got to click the links below. Right, so now as I'm round brushing her hair, you guys, because her hair was detangled properly before it was wet, and because the leave-in conditioner was combed through her hair properly after the shampoo, once the leave-in conditioner was put in, this round brush is gliding through her hair like butter. Now, across social media, you see a lot of people, oh, round brushes are not for black women. Round brushes is going to break off your hair. If you see somebody who tells you that round brushes are not for black women, or that round brushes damage hair, or that you're not supposed to use round brushes on wet hair, I want you to look them in their face and tell them, you need to go get some training, because if you know how to maneuver the round brush, it does not matter how thick, how long, or how short your hair is, you can master the round brush. But see, when it comes to heat damage, the thing is most people go in for hair appointments thinking that their hair is healthy because they've been team naturally. But in reality, your hair shaft looks like this under all of those layers and layers of products, right? You can see single strand knots. That's one hair shaft disorder listed in this picture, right? But I really want you guys to pay attention to the way my brush looks. None of her breakage is coming from my round brush. There is none of her hair in this round brush. None of it. And it never is. I do not pull out hair with a round brush. My technique when I use a round brush, I'm sorry if this sounds cocky, but it is masterful. There is no breakage. There is no pulling, no tugging. All it is complete and total separation of all of the strands and smoothing. That's it. And because I do this method of smoothing, I can decrease the amount of heat that I have to use with the flat iron. Because if you look at her hair right now, it's basically already straight, right? The only thing I have to do now is polish it with the flat iron. That's it, that's all. And most people, where they get stuff messed up, especially when you try to straighten your hair at home, you think, oh, I just have to get it dry, right? I just have to get it dry. And once I get it dry, oh, see, I'm glad we're watching together. That's my silk fusion therapy that I'm using. So I still have some. So like I said, I'm gonna use Kimber. Just use Kimber because you can't get my stuff. But just use Kimber. But anywho, so as I am blow drying her hair, I really want you guys to pay attention to that. And not just this video, all of the videos that I'm about to be reposting, I want you to stop. YouTube allows you to zoom in. Zoom in, look at my brushes, look at my combs. You are not grabbing globs of hair out of combs and brushes. That is not normal. It's not. Every glob of hair that you grab out of a comb or out of a brush whenever you're blow drying or combing your hair or detangling your guys' hair like you like to do in the shower, every glob, a bundle of hair in your hand is hair that was supposed to be in your head. And the thing is, hair weathering is something that happens over time. So when you have hair as thick as hers, you won't notice right away. Like you'll be able to detangle your hair in the shower and get globs and handfuls of hair like that for like 6 or 7 years before you start noticing how much hair you're losing. But then 10 years later, you'll be like, oh my God, my hair is thinning out, and it'll now be noticeable. And you'll think that it's some product that you use. Well, no, now it's just actually showing up. It's been happening progressively over years. That's why I tell you guys, hair weathering takes anywhere between 6 months to 25 years to show up, not to start. Hair weathering starts the second you put the apple cider vinegar on, the second you sleep in your conditioner, the second you detangle your hair with conditioner. It happens the second that starts, but the weathering can take 6 months to 25 years to show up, right? So this is why following very simplistic practices will make sure that you're not getting that type of breakage. So for this reason, with you having the proper patterns and the proper routines, you're like, okay, it's been 10 weeks, let me go get a trim. But the thing is, most people don't keep up with their trims. So if you're just now starting a journey, right? If you're just now starting a journey and you're like, oh my God, I never even trim my hair. I have to do this every 10 weeks. If you're getting a trim every 10 weeks, the trim will never be noticeable. It'll be like fairy dust, because my clients that would come on a regular basis, they would never have to get drastic haircuts because it's just maintenance. Just like when you go to get a tune-up or you go to get your car checked out, they're not fixing every piece of the car. They're just putting the car on the machine, making sure that there's nothing going wrong, and whatever is going wrong, they fix it real quick so it doesn't flower into a bigger problem. It's the same thing with your hair, right? But as I'm straightening her hair, I want you guys to start noticing all of the different lengths at the bottom. I'm sorry, but gatekeeping needs to come back, because people are under the impression that just because somebody has long hair or just because somebody has really curly hair that they have healthy hair, or people are under the misconceived notion that just because a hairstylist or a cosmetologist wears her hair natural or wears her hair curly, that she is some expert on the science of hair. And that is not true, right? And a lot of people have a problem when I say things like this, and it's always been like that. But the truth is, the reason that I say it is because I'm from the inside of the industry, right? So on social media, they show you, oh, here are the easy hacks, but my job description, I'm the one that people come to see after the team natural hacks didn't work and they're too embarrassed to get on YouTube. They're too embarrassed to get on Instagram, so they come book with me. These are things that I really want you guys to think about. There is no scientific backing behind the Team Natural community and their techniques. Their techniques and methods are things that I fixed for over a decade behind the chair. So again, when you come on YouTube and you click on somebody's channel, it's my channel. So it'll be my opinions based on my experience through my portion and surrounding area in the industry. And my surrounding area in the industry is being the fix it girl. When your team natural hacks stop working, when you start experiencing damage, even though you're doing everything that they told you to do right, I'm the person that they would come see. And that's how it works. So after a while, even though I'm not gonna lie, it's extremely lucrative to be the fix it girl. Extremely lucrative. Just like with everybody going to veneer techs now, right? Yeah, you're wasting your money going to veneer techs to mess up your teeth, but you're gonna pay that dentist 10 times the amount that you would have paid them if you would have just went to them. So the dentist don't mind fixing it at all because it's a big pay, right? It's a big payday, but integrity, like, it just didn't feel good, right? Yeah, I can make a lot of money off of it, but I don't want you guys to constantly be going around this same mountain over and over again. And remember, these are emotions and feelings that I had 6, 7 years ago. In 2024, it's still happening. It's still happening today, right now. Right now, today, you guys still think that there's a difference between a natural cosmetologist and a regular cosmetologist. As if you get done with cosmetology school and there's some form of state board that you can go to become a natural hairstylist. There's no such thing. Okay, what you're looking at right now is the pore. Now, the average human being has 100,000 follicles on the scalp, and each follicle is coming out of a pore. Now, you have 1 to 4 strands coming out of each pore, but I need you to pay attention to this picture at the bottom. All of the follicles are independent. So you have 100,000 independent follicles, but each one of those independent follicles, anywhere between 1 to 4 of them will share a pore. Now, the more oils, the more butters you put on your hair, the wetter you leave your hair, the more you decrease the amount of hair strands coming out of one individual pore. So you'll notice that your hair is like super duper thick, and then slowly but surely it starts to get thinner and thinner and thinner. That is because the patterns and the routines that you're using are causing massive breakage. It's causing massive follicle and scalp infections. That's why most Black women are the leading causes of scalp infections, follicle disorders, hair shaft disorders, and everything, because we're not paying attention to the science of hair. We're searching for the people online that give you the quickest dosage of instant gratification. The person who gets you to the result that you want the fastest is the person that you listen to. But the truth of the matter is, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And for the last 12 years, you guys have been doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result. So here right now, what you guys are watching, I'm going through her hair and I'm evening up this haircut. And I'm gonna be really honest and really transparent and say that the emotion that you guys hear on my voice on my channel is because I have been, what you're watching me do right now, I literally did at least 5 or 6 times a day since the Team Natural community started. So since natural curly cut started, since your diva cut started, this has been my life. So it's extremely frustrating because you don't go to school to do this. It's just like if you go to school to be a doctor, to be a brain surgeon, but then you find out that all you doing is BBLs. It's like, I wanted to be a brain surgeon. Why am I doing BBLs all day? What the heck? Like, it's frustrating, right? So this is the thing that I used to deal with on a regular basis. Now I have to literally go in here and make up a haircut, do a whole bunch of point cutting to even out all of these lines, because when you cut hair with curly hair, when you cut curly hair wet, you are literally cutting hair blind. And it's trickery. The same women who cut your hair curly are the same women who tell you that wearing your hair straight is damaging. The same women who cut your hair curly and mess it up like this are the same women who tell you that blow dryers are bad. This is why. Because if you saw what they did, if you just straighten your hair, you'll see how much they effed up your hair. It's true. But the thing is, you'll see a lot of pushback online, and that's what's confusing, because if I'm right, then everybody's wrong. If I'm right, then everybody has to take responsibility. And I know I'm not, because I want you to pay attention to something. I haven't cut up here yet. And look at how straight that line was, how even that line was. These are even cuts that they're making. That's how your hair looks when they in all those cute videos where they just grabbing random curls and just cutting random curls. Yeah, this is what your hair really looks like. And over the years, like even in this video, when I was talking about it, that's why we need to bring that gatekeeping, because when I was talking about it, people were like, oh, well, maybe she wants her hair like that. Maybe having your hair one length isn't all that important. Well, now here we go, all of these years later, and single strand knots, hair shaft disorders, follicle infections, alopecia is at an all-time high. But if we sit down and we go back in time and look at the patterns and the practices that we follow, it is so very easy to see how everybody ended up here. But the one thing that is lacking in my community is accountability. Accountability for everything, the way our hair is, the way our diets are, the way our bodies look, all of that, the way our hair looks, accountability. And if we could take accountability for everybody saying, let's go, throw away gatekeeping and let's allow anybody to do anything to our hair without licensing, without anything, then this is what happens. When we allow people to just get in the industry and just start making stuff up off the top of their head, this is what happens. Just like when we're talking about surgery, like, for the most part, of course, every surgeon's gonna have their own techniques and stuff like that, but there are certain things that are storybook that you just don't cross, that you just don't go over. Like the hair being weakest when it's wet, like only cutting hair when it is stretched and never cutting hair when it's swollen. These are things that we have to think about, but nobody thought about it because we threw away gatekeeping, and we allowed anybody and anybody to do anything and to give us any type of counsel, and we listened only based on how many followers they had, based on a vanity metric, right? So this is something that I really want y'all to think about. I have a couple of other talking head videos coming soon, but I'm doing my hair today. So how I'm gonna talk to y'all and I'm doing my hair. But this is how her hair ended up turning out. We ended up putting a bunch of like long layers in her hair, so it's gonna grow out beautifully, and she still has the volume that she needs, you know, and all the volume that she wants. But I was able to even everything out. Her baby girl was there. I don't do little girls' hair, but she was a beauty, so I ended up doing her baby's hair for her. Let me know in the comments below if whether or not you want to see that, right? But I went ahead and showed her how her layers look with her hair curly, right? And then I'm wrapping it just so it can set. I'm wrapping it, and then she's going to sit under the dryer with cool air just to set that hydrogen bond one last time. And then her hair should last for about 3 weeks. This is how it came out. Once again, if you still want to let people cut your hair while it's wet, then baby girl, you go ahead. Y'all do what y'all want to do. Today, I'm just telling you why I cannot stand curly cuts and why Team Natural Hacks literally make my eyebrows and my armpits itch. Okay, so I really hope that this video was informative to you guys. Make sure you check the links in the description box below so you can catch my very next live broadcast where we talk about bringing back gatekeeping. And I know it's a subject that probably sounds touchy, but don't get in your feels yet. Hear what I have to say about it before you feel away, right? But let me know what you think about her hair. It came out absolutely beautiful. She was chilling whole time. She did not care. She was like, whatever, girl. She was like, it's hair. It'll grow back. Do what you need to do. And I would ask her, can I put layers in? She said, girl, I do not care. Do what you're going to do. I love you guys. Bye.